Tutorial on Ranger 1. Your job is going to be mounts, pits, and then duo 4H. You're also going to duo pits, but I'll show you how to do that one just really quickly. It's almost not worth mentioning. So, things you're going to need is a PvP mini pet. We use Rift Wardens because they're cheap. They can be targeted. You can jump off them. Now, one thing that is really useful mechanic-wise in the game that you're going to use a lot of if you do use a mini pet is that when you take a mini pet out, he just stands there for 4 or 5 seconds, doesn't do anything. Right? Oh, then he starts moving around. So, when you have a specific jump in mind, and you need someone to stand in a specific spot, what you do is you pop him out, he waits for 5 seconds, you have a perfect time to schedule your jump, and you're off. So let me show you some of those jumps that you're going to do. Now normally you'll have another ranger, so only one of you will use the mini pet in this case. This is where you need to run. You can run literally to this corner. I'm walking as far forward and as far sideways as I can. So W and D on my keyboard. I cannot go any farther. Right? That's important because when you go to jump, if you jump right here, you won't make it over the hill. So you want someone else to stand right here. Because I don't have somebody else, I'm going to show you with a mini pet. And I'm up. Right? Now if I was to take that jump and not be up against the wall, like I showed you, watch what'll happen, right? So here's the mini pet. This is where you want to stand. I'm gonna go almost to the wall, maybe like right here. Oh, actually I got lucky, made it up there. But my point is that when you want to do a jump, you need to be up against the wall. So the other jump point is right here. So do you see this thing on my screen? This like line on the pillar? It's like a rock. This is the side that you want to be on, right? Did I take restoring? I did. Okay, whew, scared me. Alright, so then I'm going to come back here, drop your mini pet. I'm on that side of the pillar. I'm up every time. That's going to be where you want to stand. Alright, so the other trick, sorry. The other trick is, whenever you use your mini pet, you want to put them back immediately. Okay, so you don't forget that you have them out. You can do a jump right here too. Right, again, we're walking as close to the wall as possible. We're getting stuck up against the wall. Now if you forget to put your mini pet out, and then you go and hit your keybind to take your mini pet out, or if you forget to put your mini pet back in, and then you hit your keybind, and then he goes in, I feel like I'm mixing this up, but you understand what I'm saying. Basically, when you mean to take him out and he's actually already out, then you end up putting him back in, and then it's useless, right? So always put him back in your pocket until you need him next. That way you know he's out. There's also a cooldown. Once upon a time there used to be a glitch where you could like take things out of your inventory, like gold coins or mini pets, and you could like slow down the game, basically DDoS the game, but they won't let you do that anymore. So you're not always going to have a spawn like that. That was pretty shitty to get in here. I'll show you how to get up the fastest way possible. So we're going to again drop our mini pet, run up against the wall, jump off the mini pet, death charge up to one of these guys. Always move away immediately. If you hang around the worms, you will get crippled. I'm running rocks because I just like to run rocks. It's a quality of life thing. But if you don't like to run rocks, then you can save a lot of money by not. And just make sure that you don't stand around the rocks or stand around the worms. So for this part, you always want to make sure that you're unglitching your tear webs. See how there's 2 tear webs here and then 1 over there? The way to unglitch these things is to cause degeneration and then create a new game ID to force a game update. See how I dropped my mini pet there on that keybind? Now they're all 3 attacking me. I'm going to just pull them into a little bit of an area. I'm going to grab this guy. So the other trick for mounts is use a staff. See how everything started attacking me much faster once I put the staff on? There's one more benefit when you use a staff, and that is that they won't use whirling defense. So if I target this guy, see how I'm hitting him. Oh, see, he already used whirling defense because I came up here with a bow. I was going to show you that he'd use it, but see how he's blocking things? That means he already used it. So whenever you come up with mounts, try to always hit your staff. So the other thing you can do here is to make sure that you're standing up. You're standing as close to the behemoths as possible. If you're standing super close, like as if you were to attack them with like a sword or something, they won't use Healing Spring. I don't really know why, but that's just the way that the game works. So you want to position yourself as close as possible to as many of them. So if I can get between 2 right now, that means 2 won't heal. That means only this guy has the potential of dropping heals. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to target him while everyone else dies. See how I just interrupted that? Healing Springs. This one that I'm saying next to is almost dead, so I'm going to just take my wins, bird in the bush, and wait for him to die before I move on to the next group. Another interrupt. Okay, so because these guys are behind the pillar, you don't actually need to kill them, right? So if you're standing right here, you're the Reaper. Okay, maybe we need to kill these two. But basically, the pillar can obstruct, but we're going to kill them anyways. So I'm just going to show you how. So this one, standing by himself, I'm going to go ahead and kill him. I'm going to jump off. And you want to be careful when you use Viper's Defense on these guys, because if you Viper's Defense too far away, then they'll immediately start using Healing Spring. Right? So best case scenario is when they're in the middle of casting a trap or a spirit, that's when you want to drop Viper's Defense, because they won't be able to cast Healing Spring because they're obviously casting something else, right? So here, I'm between these two, and this one is too far away. See, we already used Healing Spring, actually, while I was talking. So I've only targeted this one. These two I don't care about. And I'm just going to keep here, and I'm going to spam auto attack and interrupt each one of his Healing Springs. Doing that will kill him as well as these other ones. Then, of course, maintaining Eben whenever possible, just for a little extra damage. Okay. So now I'm going to pull these guys together. Now if you're really lucky, you can pull them so that they're up against a wall, or so that your back is up against a wall. And that means you can sit here and you can spam Viper's Defense and not go anywhere, which makes it really easy to kill them. So I'm going to switch back to my bow and just start tapping these guys until they get below 50%, and then they'll just melt. You don't really need Eben. You're not going to do any additional damage with Eben, maybe like 1 or 2. Because your damage cap is 26 and you're already doing 19, so. Kneeling Shot costs you 1 energy, which you can spam all day long because you gain more than 1 energy a second, so it's a pretty good option. Okay. So we're going to target one of these guys down here after we've taken Demon Assassin. We're going to jump. We can use the same target to Haas. And you know what? Because we had a hard time. Oh, we actually got out of here without any problems. That's good. I thought maybe we were going to have to struggle there for a second. So walk backwards once you run up to him. If you run past him, he may run past you instead of aggroing you, and just go right for the Reaper. If he kills the Reaper, then the game is done. So I like to go up here and just kill the skeleton because there's a 16% chance that he will drop an Ecto. And, you know, why not? Okay, so the next one, position yourself up against a wall. Now you can just continuously use Viper's Defense. which will poison Slayer. Okay, so you see how the Reaper dropped off my allies list right there? That means that I can leave these guys. I don't need to kill them. If he doesn't drop off your allies list, which occasionally he won't, it's a bug in the game, then you need to kill them. Alright, so, oh yeah, maintain Dwarven, by the way. So, right here, there is a Heart of Shadow jump. So what you can do is drop your mini pet, running. Pretty much for that one, all you do is run forward, and your character will automatically go into like this little V in the wall, and you won't be able to go any farther. Okay, put your mini pet back in. Take him back out. Run against this pillar. Make sure you touch the pillar. You can jump through it. Okay, next up, we're going to Death Charge to this Chain Soul. Ooh, little lag in there. Okay, so there's a little V right here, a little outlet. We're going to call it a peak in the map. That's where you're going to jump. Then you're going to jump to this guy too. And you're just going to keep on running. You'll have two rangers at this point, so one ranger will handle everything down here. These random patrols, some skeletons. Your job is just to do this. So your main goal is first of all to kill these glitched suckers. Which they're just extra glitchy today. They're not going to come to me, are they? Sheesh. Looking at this guy right here. He should be coming to me right now, but he's not. Gonna have to back up some more. There we go. And I've got a skeleton, that's fine. Once these guys in front of me have died, I'm going to jump to him. Gonna kill him real quick. Okay, and then we're going to go to these guys. So the only ones that I care about is this group right here. Everyone else can be killed. These guys have a short aggro. They're a patrol, basically. Sometimes you get lucky and they're just threshers. Sometimes you get unlucky and they're all collectors. So it just depends. As soon as these guys are dead, we're going to move on to the shrine. Okay. Walking backwards, we're going to aggro everything. I'm going to just grab one of these tear webs because we're going to want them later. I'll show you in a second. So first of all, make sure we actually did grab them. I like to hoss off things or viper cements when they're just on the very edge of your aggro bubble. It's pretty useful. Okay, I'm going to discharge to this guy. I'm going to walk backwards up until this branch. Should make everything that's melee come to me. Okay, next up is this guy. I'm going to just kill him. Okay. Now I go for these two over here. They're always grouped together, so you can just Vipers them real quick. Do more damage. Remember, the more things that you kill, the less damage that Whirling is going to do, because there's less objects being thrown at you. So as you reduce the amount of enemies, you need to increase the amount of alternative damage you have. I'm going to go ahead and just jump into these guys real quick. Ruin their day. Okay, so this guy and this guy are glitchy, so we can kill them both at the same time. You want to do what's called a right wall block. So this glitch forces them, they always want to be away from you basically. So they're trying to get behind me right now and they can't, but they think they can because it's the right wall. And that's just the way the game works, I don't know. So they're attempting to walk behind me and that makes them stuck up against me. Alright, so now I'm just going to take these remaining Terrawebs. We're going to pull them into the mob. We're going to jump into that said mob. Okay, Pits is popped. There's the Reaper. So your role now is you're going to go over here. All of this will be cleaned up by the other ranger. But you're going to hang out over here. Now I should probably explain this circle. Everybody with Toolbox has the circle, but not everybody knows what the circle's for. So this circle is the aggro bubble of one of the 3 allies, the final ally that will spawn, that must live for the Pits quest. So he spawns like right here. If anything is in this aggro bubble, you will fail the quest, right? So if there's anything from this side, sometimes they spawn really close, you'll need to pull them down and kill them, but that's the other ranger's job. But you should always just take a look anyways to make sure that that circle is completely clear of enemies, because if it's not clear, you will fail the quest. And this is where you're going to stand. So once you're done popping the shrine, you're chilling. You're over. Just hang out right here. The ranger will, the Shadow of Haste Ranger will take the quest. He'll go from here. There's a Heart of Shadow or Viper's Defense jump from here to there. He can take it, and then he'll teleport back down. Now when you're here, 3 things will spawn. It'll either be Terrawebs, or it'll be skeletons, or it'll be a mix of both. Now, with the aggro that you have here, including these guys I'm about to grab here, this is more than enough aggro to kill the skeletons, or really anything, especially because you're being healed the entire time. But if for some reason you end up dying or you're taking too much damage, there are 2 safe spots that you can take advantage of. So the first one is really easy actually. You can find it just by going into like first person mode, and then you just back up until you can't see them. This wall right here is a full wall. It's like there's no, invisible casting or whatever through it, right? So anything you obstruct there is fine. The other one is also pretty easy. I'm like stuck zoomed in now. What's going on? Is this right here. This little ledge. You just get behind this. That'll stop the skeletons from being able to attack you, but you shouldn't need to do either, because you have more than enough casting damage to kill them. So, alright, that's it for that.